All right, it looks like we've got ourselves an episode of the IAE show. And on the thumbnail, it looked like the shape of Jax McCleary. So that gets me excited. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually released an episode of Whitley's Guide with Jax McCleary. You can check this one on the main channel. I'll put the link in the pinned comment down there. And so let's see what this is. I hope it's not just some hype. I hope usually CIG leaves the best for the end. So we see that the at CitizenCon, for example, right? So they could also do that for the IAE. Let's check it out.
Welcome everybody to our IAE Best in Show special. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee. We've had 3 great episodes of the IAE show so far. I hope you really enjoyed them. We had a lot of fun making them. On our last episode, our Best in Show special,
we wanted to do something
a little bit different. We wanted to have a one-on-one chat with a certified Star Citizen legend.
Okay.
So let me see if I can give you the proper introduction. Okay. So this person has performed in over 30,000 commercials, equaling over 2,000 hours of broadcast television, and has been heard by an estimated 2 billion people around the world.
Did they bring the voice? Is that the voice actor?
Please join me in welcoming to the spaceship to IAE person you know as Jax McCleary.
No!
Mr. Jonathan Booth. Jonathan, welcome to the
Oh my God. Now, this makes me, of course, I'm super excited. I'm a bit upset too, because they never credited him as Jax McCleary. And, I made this machinima. I've recreated an entire Whitley's Guide episode. I had to deepfake Jax McCleary because I actually had a voice acting budget for this one. I was saving for the IAE some of my Patreon money. I was hoping to find the voice actor, and my plan was to contact the voice actor and see if he would be interested in working. I was willing to pay just to give you guys a treat, right? And I had no way of finding his name. I had no idea. I made some research every day. I was trying to say, who is Jax McCleary voice actor? Who is voicing Jax McCleary? Not a single answer. I released my movie just like a couple of hours ago, and there he is. This is awesome. This is awesome.
The show.
Jared, it's really good to be here. Thanks very much for asking.
It kind of looks like
Before
Jax
we get
McCleary
started,
a little bit.
let's just prove to everybody you are who we say you are. Look into that camera. Give everybody an intro.
Well, it's been a while. I've been away, of course, for a couple of years, haven't I? Let's see how we do. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2954.
Wow.
I'm your guest, Jax McCleary.
It's got even the same shirt. That's awesome.
That's awesome. All right. We wanted you on the show for so long. It's been one of those things where, Jax is such an integral part of the Star Citizen experience going back to 2014.
They need to make him a mission giver. I said that many times. I made a video about it on the channel. We need a Jax McCleary mission giver to give us some random stuff. Make him make us be a producer of his show, right?
So let's start things off. Before we get to meet Jax McCleary, let's meet Jonathan Booth. Tell us, who are you? What do you do?
It's a rather strange thing because I've been one of those strange creatures called a voiceover artist for the last 35 years. So I sit in a small studio and I read the words I'm given and they go to various places all around the world. But doing this, Jax McCleary, is really the only performance stuff I've done. So it's a real honor and a privilege to be part of it. I really love it.
Oh yeah, because he's been doing also the mocap, right?
What are some of the things people might have heard you from or know you from?
Here in the UK, I do say if you're over 30, I guarantee you've heard my voice before because I've done lots of stuff on the BBC Continuity, it's called. So, Graham Norton tonight at 10:40 on BBC One, things like that. So I've done lots of, as you say, lots of commercials, lots of broadcast documentaries,
this guy is a legend.
audiobooks, all sorts of things.
How did you get started in the industry?
I was a DJ on a radio station down in Brighton in the south of England, but I wanted to branch out a bit more, so I started to write and voice radio commercials and got into that, did a lot more of that, and it sort of all came along from there.
All right, so let's get into it then. Jax made his first appearance in 2014 in
10 years ago. Man, I don't remember that. Was that for the M50?
Galactic Gear Reviews the M50.
Oh,
Let's take a look.
Yeah. I remember this was
For the last
awesome.
few years, Origin has become more known for looking fast than any sort of actual speed. Meet the new M50. Flying the M50.
I prefer that format, by the way. This was awesome. Galactic Gear, like Top Gear. It was so cool.
Man who, for some inconceivable reason, has never won a single Murray Cup. Me.
Tell me how you came to CIG. Now this was just voiceover at this point. 2014, we hadn't begun our era of PCAP yet. How were you
And it was like really the beginning of CIG, right?
approached? How did you get the role?
Well, it was strange. I got a call saying, "Would you like to come in and do this?" So in we went to a studio in Soho, an London voice studio, which I'd been in many times for other things. But this was different because it was a great script. It was lots of fun, and we just wanted to try and make it a larger in life character who's developing these stories about these ships for the people who are going to be flying them.
At the time when there was no game, right? There was barely the dogfighting module.
It was great. It was different to what I was doing before, so it was great fun.
What did they tell you about the project, about Star Citizen? What did you know going in?
I knew nothing going in. So it was completely new to me, and they opened up this whole world of how Star Citizen was being developed and who was going to be involved, and it just sounded really exciting. And
Yeah, I mean, wow! It's like, can you imagine you're a voice actor? You're like, oh, who is going to be involved? Well, Mark Hamill, Mark Strong, Gary Oldman, Gillian Anderson. Would you like to be part of it? Oh, hell yeah, of course!
And so it was just great trying to sort of project that character.
There's a line in that commercial. I was still a backer at this point. I was still a fan of the project, and the line is an orgy of mind-bending numbers.
The stats are an orgy of mind-bending numbers.
When you had to read that line, did you think you'd still be here 10 years later?
I had no idea. I mean, what it's developed into and the fun we've had with it has been, and the way that Jackson's developed and where he's been. It's just remarkable.
This is hard. That was maybe the biggest challenge I was coming through as I was writing this episode of With This Guide, is coming with formulae like this that just made the writing more exciting. I'm not a native English speaker, as you guys know, right? So writing in a foreign language, a show like this, and trying to find the formula, that was the most difficult part. I think I can do better next time, if there's a next time.
I had no idea that was going to happen, but I'm very grateful it has. It's been fantastic.
So there was no Jackson in 2015. At this point, it was just a one-off commercial for the M50. In 2016, we created the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo as a theming for our annual anniversary event that happened every year. And with that, the idea to bring Jax back and make him part of this big event from its inception. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the videos from 2016.
Is that when they had the Oh yeah, I think that this is when they it became the Galactic Tour. This is when they had like the strip teasers, the strippers at the
electricity
caterpillar.
in the air. Do you smell those ionized particles? Do you feel your bowels loosening with a deep thrum from hundreds of thrusters firing at once? The really incredible thing about being here at the Intergalactic Aerospace Show is the unexpected surprises that sit idling around every corner.
Oh yeah, the alien.
So this expanded Jax into a whole new world. What are your memories? Now, they called you back in 2016, and this time it was going to be performance capture.
Which I had no idea what that was. So I turn up at Elstree through those famous...
before it was not, but this time it was. Oh, that's so cool.
Gates, amazing space, surrounded by cameras, sensors.
Wow.
Loads of people, 20, 30 people. And then I'm requested to put on this essentially large black condom. I have no idea, the most undignified thing that I can think of. And then they produce these amazing things with this stuff going on behind it.
So we did the acting
because we didn't
stuff.
see it then. Right. Because the technology then, now it's live, we can all see it as we're doing it.
With the sheer size and scale of the Aerospace Expo, it can be easy to get overwhelmed by all there is to see and do.
But then it was, a very iterative process.
So at this point, you've now done 8 more videos with different manufacturers, Aegis, Misk, Drake. What context did they give you for this? Do you have a sense of where you're at, or are you just doing what everybody tells you?
To a certain extent, I'm doing that because I'm just trying to hold on here. I think I am flying, as Jax quite often is, I'm flying by the seat of my pants in a space where you haven't got that much to react. Well, you've got nothing to react to because it's just a big cube. And so I'm having to try and imagine where the ships are and react.
There's no, he did a good job, right? You have to imagine where everything is. That's where talent makes a difference.
To them, and trying to hold all that in my head is is quite hard.
Let's move to 2017. In 2017, just one video came back for the release of the Aegis Hammerhead, one of the fan favorite ships still to this day, one of our more popular.
Oh yeah, gotta love that. I wish that we could fly the Hammerhead more with the Rekla, but we've got the Polaris now, right? I don't remember the Hammerhead.
Every day they're not getting shot at, Alfonso EVAs across the entirety of this 100-meter-long Aegis Hammerhead to visually inspect the dozens of guns and missile
I suppose
launchers
this was the commercial for the Hammerhead.
that make this patrol ship such a formidable foe. Optics, targeting systems, mount connections, head threading, even lubrication levels all must be checked, rechecked, and meticulously maintained. Basically, all the worst parts of operating really big and powerful.
Now, why don't we have that jacket in the game? I was trying to find the clothes that look like Jax McCleary. Impossible.
Guns.
What do you remember of this? Was this still back at Imaginarium? Where did we do the Hammerhead?
I think we might have still been at Imaginarium for that one.
Okay.
We then moved in the next year to Nottingham to do it in there. But again, the same, where the studio is wasn't necessarily the issue. The volume was there, and the whole universe travelled with us as we went.
So in 2018, Jax took a break, and we got Kabuki Theater. Me and John Crew and so many other people.
I forgot that. Kabuki Theater 2018. So there was... I forgot about the expo in 2018.
Less talked about that, the better. So we're going to take a break here right now. While we do, we're going to play something. You actually auditioned for 4 additional commercials before we landed on Jax. We found the original footage. We're going to play it for backers right now. So stay tuned. What? We'll be right back with part 2 of our interview with Jonathan Booth.
That is awesome. Man, I love this show, by the way. This is so cool.
Everyone knows Jonathan's performance as the soul of Jax McCleary. But did you know he auditioned for other legendary Star Citizen commercials as well?
Really?
We've unearthed the following footage as a fascinating look at what might have been.
If someone were to ask you, what is speed? What would you tell them? Is it simply a measure of distance covered?
Oh, yeah, he did not say that, but the Origin 300 series, oh my gosh. Oh, he could have been Jax for the 300 series.
Over time. Well, yeah. I mean, that's it exactly. What are we saying here? Legendary fighter pilot Aria Riley once said, "Give me a fully loaded Hornet, and I'll shake the gates of heaven." Yes, assuming I don't crash into an asteroid first. Remember, this is 2014. A comm comes over the spectrum with a job. All it says is an amount of cargo, a delicate timetable, and a risky route.
Oh no, he did not audition. They're just making him sound like he did, right? I mean, it could have been great to see Jax for those commercials.
Unless it's second-class junior cartographer Tessa Bannister. She was in charge of all the ICC scans, and I miss her. Every great dance needs someone to lead, someone to follow, and someone to tango.
I'm not entirely convinced every one of those auditions were real.
No, they were not.
We're back, everybody, with part 2 of our interview with Jonathan Booth. 2019, Jax made his triumphant return with his next evolution from Galactic Tour.
Oh man, this was awesome. The Whitley's Guide. Oh, we need to have more of these.
To Whitley's Guide. This was assisted by the addition of our marketing cinematics team, and to take Jax to new and better heights. After a year off, did you think you were done with Jax? Were you excited to get the call again?
I missed him. I did. So it was great to get the call again and to come back in with a whole new universes and ships to discover. So it was great to get back.
Let's take a look at this next evolution of Jax.
Man, this guy, he doesn't have to do that, right? No, it's just a job, right? But he's got such a career, and I remember when he says he's excited. I want to believe he really is, you know?
McCleary here.
Oh, that music. That is an epic theme song, by the way.
This is in fact not an Anvil Pisces, but a true-scale remote-controlled replica. It's accurate down to the last detail. And I've been told it's very expensive.
I love the commercial.
Naturally, we're going to attempt to blow it up, because we're borderline obsessively committed to putting the galaxy...
And they did such a great job, you know, with all the facial animation, the details, the hair.
...his best gear to the test. For you. Anyhow, I'm sitting here in a Kruger Archimedes. It may be a snub craft, But when you top out at 1,340 meters per second, well, no quantum drive, no problem. Even this year's IAE
I love
food
that.
court is
He's
embracing
like
the
down the
esoteric
shaft
offerings
where he
of our
ate.
non-human
At least he did not eat the pyro noodles.
brethren. Take this. What is it again, Jimmy?
They said it was pickled corpse bug.
All right.
Hey, Jimmy's talking.
Pickled corpse bug. Well down the hatch. Let's go take a look.
That was awesome.
Right away, we
I was wondering if he really ate something, you know.
see Jax is more chaotic than he was in the past. Was this something new? Was this an evolution of the character, or do you think this was always there underneath, waiting to be revealed?
I think he always had a predilection for trying to be, different and to shake the system. And I think as he got to this point, he felt he was able to get away with it more. He felt he was a star. He felt he could pretty much get away with anything. And so that's we sort of took it a little bit further down the road.
So you're back in the full-body condom, as you call it, the very flattering outfit. You've done this before. Now you've returned for another multi-part series. Were you better at it? Was it?
Oh yeah, that's where he gets the champagne. Jimmy, champagne. They even got the chair. Look at that studio, man. That helps for great commercials. And they even have the text and everything. Man, the production on that.
Were you more comfortable with it? How did your performance change after a year off?
Yeah, I think I was more comfortable with it. I think the technology also had improved. When we first did it back, 10 years ago, the helmet was incredibly heavy, and the lights that came round and the microphones and the dots you had to put on the face were more. So it was much more easier to move around. And the helmet was lighter, so you could have a lot more freedom of movement, and you could see a bit more rather than having the lights right in front of your face. You could actually see what was going on. So it was easier.
Oh yeah, they got the light in front of the face to see, like, they have the best illumination to see all the movements on the face. Yeah, I'm trying to do that when I do not mocap. I was gonna say mocap. No, when I do voiceover IP for machinima recording, it blinds you. Sometimes I don't even see the screen. I'm not even seeing what's on the screen. I'm just trying to make the face that matches what I want it to be on screen. It's really hard.
And one of the signature elements of this 2019 Whitley's Guide Evolution was the introduction of Jimmy.
Oh yes, there he is.
Close, but no cigar, Jimmy.
When you found out you were going to have a sidekick now, what were your thoughts on Jimmy? What was it like working with Jimmy?
Jimmy was great. Jimmy's he's a fantastic character, and he's a real gentleman. He's a good guy, and I think he turns up to make Jax look bad, which is what he does effectively. He's the good guy.
He took over. There's one episode
Jax
with Jimmy.
came back again in 2020 and 2021. Let's take a look at some of those videos.
Jimmy, the blindfold? Aye, thank you.
What was that?
Here it comes. It's a javelin. No, Idris. Sir!
Oh yeah, this one.
Just do a little bit of that at the
And we can still visit the mess today on Macrotech.
finish that off. Lore. There we go. Jax McCleary. Ha! I mean, the cannons on those Ares models. Was that like a size 7? That is nuts. Absolutely insane. Raw power. Couldn't have put it better myself, mate.
So these episodes had to be produced during the pandemic.
Man, I need to rewatch those 2020 episodes. I mean, those I remember the most are the 2019. Was that 2022? Yeah, 2022.
And how did that change the experience?
The last one.
It was fascinating because I thought, well, they're not going to be able to do it. But it was handled so well. All the procedures were in place, all the safety was in place, and we all had the masks and the various things, and we did things in iterative processes. So it was handled very well, but it was challenged, so it took us a little bit longer to do. But
yeah, it was not a fun time. Oh man, yeah, working under those conditions, and everybody's got to be, so careful about everything to not get sick. Yeah, it was not fun. Yeah, kudos.
And then, of course, in 2021, a bit more of a personal story began to develop. We started seeing Jax question himself.
Ah, yes. That's when he questioned himself, right? And 2022 was when he was in Pyro. Yeah.
Stuff a little bit more. I wrote it down. Do some serious soul searching before he eventually steals an Odyssey prototype and take off into parts unknown. Were you excited about this change in his behavior?
I was, because he's really starting to sort of, as you say, a bit of self-doubt, a bit of sort of is this the right thing for me, and am I doing the right thing? And then when he paints the roof with the Redeemer, I think it is, and then he decides, no, I've had enough of this, and off he goes. So very exciting, character narrative arc.
Was there any correlation between you've now been doing this since 2014, thinking like, how much longer can I go on? Do I want to do something different with the character?
He's got so many ships to play with and so many new things to do, but he's got to find new systems, find new people to play with, and just see whether that's
you find new systems. Need to go to the Pyro system. Needs to go to the Nyx system, right?
Where he wants to go. But I think he does miss. He misses Jimmy, I think.
And then in our
there might be something here between Jax and Jimmy.
Final year of Jax in 2022. We find out where Jax went. Jax is lost in the Pyro system. Let's take a look at some of these videos here.
Bob! Would a call have killed them? Oh, hey, Jax, do you want to come back, host the show? I'm sorry, Jax can't take your call because he's dead. God, he's like, I do know my way around tonight.
Oh, these guys, I remember that's the reggae natty jump. They're like, you had to stay for dinner.
90, since your hideout say derelict origin super, I may as well take advantage, so... Whoa, no need to resort to fisticuffs to decide whose Aegis ship is the better. So, folks, Ruin Station is about as big as it is creepy. Maybe we can find a ship.
Oh yeah, I remember. Then Jimmy came for the rescue. That was awesome. Yeah. That was an awesome episode.
If you hadn't shown up when you did, I would have been dead. But if Bob and the crew hadn't swooped in, we'd both be ink spots on the Ruin Station pavement. I owe both of you big time.
Oh, I forgot he's got
Don't
blood on
mention
the
it.
shirt.
Now strap in, boys. It's a long way to the jump point.
When you read that for a script, Jax is dead. Did you know that Jax wasn't really dead? What did they tell you ahead of time?
They didn't tell me. I think this is what happens in movies. They don't tell the actors what's actually happening. You don't.
That's awesome. They don't tell you got the surprise as you play,
No,
right? That's
I thought, oh well, maybe Jax has died. They're obviously getting in new people. They're getting in new presenters for the show. So that's it. So it was great to find out that he wasn't dead. He was sitting in a squalid bedsit in the Pyro system and saw on the television that he was going to get replaced and said, "That's it. I'm coming back. I'm not having that."
So Jax's story evolves here.
And he is back. You can check out the latest episode of Whitley's Guide on the Eradicators channel.
Stewardship of Jax has passed from different directors with time. You've been with tremendous folks like Josh and David Roth and Kat over the years, bringing Jax to a new place throughout Pyro System. Your story is dramatically different now. You're working with criminals. You're getting into trouble here, and this is your first shoot here.
This was the first shoot here in Manchester, this fantastic facility here. So that was amazing. Bigger volume, more people, more things, and a lot more
their new mocap studio, right?
Physical stuff as well. You're ducking behind things, and there's lots more pieces of real things on the sets that you can interact with. And it was great to work with new characters as well. Bob, I didn't treat Bob very well. I stole her ship, so that wasn't very nice. But great to work with them, and a lot more exciting things for Jax to do.
Now, at the end, Jax has stolen his ship. We leave him tumbling, unknowingly in the Pyro system.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to pick up Jax's story since then. Our wonderful marketing cinematics team, they went to work on finishing out Squadron. If you guys watched that amazing Squadron playthrough at CitizenCon, you know where they're.
Oh, so that's why. That's what. Come on, there was not even a little room for at least one stint with Jax. You gotta leave it to the community.
Their efforts have been they've been well spent. But I wanted to ask you, where do you think Jax's story goes?
We've left him, as you say, tumbling through space. We don't know, whether he and Jimmy are going to get through this. But obviously they are, because Jax and Jimmy are always going to come back somehow. To where? Well, it could be interesting.
They're going to go to Nyx.
So many different places to explore. It'd be great to see Jax come back and reclaim his rightful place in front of the camera and telling everybody about the ships, flying the ships and experiencing it for everybody and finding new experiences. It'd be great.
Got to come back and shake that Whitley's Guide producer.
Yeah, I think...
No, there's only one host of Whitley's Guide.
I think there's only one Jax McCleary, and she needs to know that.
So we're pretty much at the end of our journey.
She does, right? Yeah, they need to redo those episodes.
For now anyway. How would you summarize your overall experience as Jax?
It's
Man,
been
this
a,
is such a
huge
great
privilege
episode. I
to
love the
be part of
memory
this,
lane here,
of this
throwback to
universe.
memory lane.
It has been fantastic to work with such an incredibly talented team of people, technicians and actors and producers and directors. And I just hope that I've sort of held up my end, as it were, and done what's needed to be done. But it's just fantastic to be part of. It's been a great privilege.
I think I speak for everybody when I say we all love Jax. He's the most prolific character in the Star Citizen universe right now.
He is, right? I mean, when you look at the other characters, like, for example, Miles Eckhart or Rico Battaglia, or, we only see them, once in a while, Clovis Darnelly, Red. But Jax, and it's hilarious because he's not even a character in the game, right? He's on this commercial, he's not even in the game. They need to put him in the game. We need to have a Jax mission
Every
giver.
year there's a call for Jax to return, and at some point the stars will align. We'll be able to continue Jax's story, and that's all very important to us. So thank you so much for coming up. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here, for sharing some stories, and I hope to see you back in the, what was it, the full body condom?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. It's got to be done.
White warts?
It's got to be done. Yeah.
We've now said that 3 times. I'm sure we probably could have gotten away with it once, but we've said it 3 times.
Oh dear. Well, it's been a great privilege to be here and to talk to you, Jared. It's been fantastic.
Before we go, let's send everybody home with a proper Jax farewell, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say, from the bottom of Jax's black heart, thanks very much for watching all these years, and I promise Jax will return. For now, have a great IAE, and this is Jax McCleary, signing off.
Where is Jax? Yeah, where?
Jax McCleary, didn't we leave him in a Corsair in Pyro somewhere? I mean, that's a Drake ship. You guys know how Drake ships are built. He's gonna explode. It can't hold up those solar flares.
Didn't Jax and Jimmy end up in some outpost somewhere? I'm pretty sure the people that captured them were like big Whitley's fans, and you know they're just going to be
Jimmy and Jackson Jimmy. Yeah. Also, they did a couple of things there. There's like a nice little Easter egg at the end.
kind of repeat shows night after night in some sort of like Groundhog Day.
I think Jimmy and Jax are marauding with Bob's pirate crew. He was the guy in the yellow suit all along, right?
Who was the guy in the yellow suit? That's a great shot here again.
Duh, he's on his farm.
Jack's farm is on his farm. Of course he is.
Didn't Whitley send like their crew?
By the way, would you be interested in the Jack's farm machinima? Let me know in the comment section down below.
Crew over to try and produce the show from Pyro.
Blow your goddamn head off!
Pyro's probably just killed them and carried on.
Hey, if you don't have to glow today, don't.
No, really. His body's probably floating dead in the void. Bloated and frozen, or his body's being picked clean by a copian.
Oh! Oh,
he's cleaning up the mean streets of Lawville.
I got it. Jax McCleary, Valakar Hunter.
Yes! He needs to do that. He needs to do that.
Brutal! Put him on the hot seat.
Change the channel.
Alright, so that's basically the end here. No, is it? No, there's a little bit left. Alright, let's check it out.
How long do we have to sit here?
Oh, that's Jimmy. They got a Jimmy here. This is awesome. This is awesome. All right, cool. Well, very fun episode. I love this. We need more of Jax. Maybe I'll make more of Jax as well on the main. Let me know what you want to see in the comment section down below. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you guys in the next one.